Yeah, and so look at Hogan responsible for the boom period of wrestling in the 1980s, and then Hogan was responsible for the NWO for the 90s boom of wrestling
And
because wrestling was down. And it wasn't
and
until 96 that's when the boom just started with the NWO and WCW, and they were red hot for about 2 years.
they were. I mean, the Monday Night Wars. What was it? 82 weeks in a row.
They beat WWE in the ratings. And look,
82 weeks in a row.
WCW was the top dog for about 2.5 years there. The WWF, they were their ratings were declining and they were just stuck. Yeah, they had the new generation going on, but they were
They were
stuck
kind of stuck in
because
limbo.
they're
Like
stuck in limbo because they were making money, but they weren't making great money. And in fact, it got to a point where Vince McMahon in early 1997, they were considering bankruptcy. But because the NWO was kicking their ass, Vince had to switch directions. He had to switch directions, and he had to say, if they're going to go in this direction, we have to go all the way with it. And then that creates the Attitude Era.
uh,
Without Hulk Hogan creating the NWO and WCW,
we didn't have the Attitude Era.
you won't have that attitude. Like I look at it this way: the NWO in '96 made way for a guy like Stone Cold to take off the way he did in WWE because look at the Attitude Era and Stone Cold were just hand in hand. He could do whatever he wanted, and it boomed. But that wasn't gonna happen if Hogan didn't go dark in WCW in order to light the fire under Vince McMahon and create this new era in WWE history.
Yeah, and it just like you said, if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan who helped pave the way for all these things, wrestling wouldn't be what it is today. And who knows if there would even be a WWE today?
I honestly don't think there would be WWE. I mean, you got to look at it in two parts, right? Without the '80s boom, the WWF doesn't go national, and they just stay a mid-tier, mid region product. And then in the '90s, if WCW doesn't take off the way they did, the
Yeah.
WWF probably goes bankrupt. And it's hard to imagine there would be WWE the way it is in 2025 without Hulk Hogan's impact.